A 2-month Larry Barker investigation uncovers another dirty chapter in the UNM athletics scandal.
It started with a golf trip to Scotland. And now documents obtained by News 13 show former athletic director Paul Krebs used public funds to benefit his friends and family. And when Larry started asking questions, money started being paid back.
It's a crime, and it's a crime for which you can go to prison.
It's not right. And when's this going to end in New Mexico?
It is troubling. Any misuse of public money is troubling.
The dollars involved are staggering. Public money earmarked for student-athlete programs has been quietly diverted to personal use.
And yet, nobody noticed. Not UNM's administration and not the auditors.
Exhibit number 1, the UNM credit card issued to former athletic director Paul Krebs.
UNM's athletic department has been battling a budget deficit for years, but you wouldn't know it by looking at Paul Krebs's credit card usage. Now, New Mexico policy dictates that any expenditure must be for a public purpose and have a public benefit. However, a News 13 investigation finds former athletic director Paul Krebs diverted tens of thousands of public dollars to benefit his friends and family. The expenditures were not related to his job duties or responsibilities.
Ethically, it's completely wrong.
State Senator George Munoz serves on the Senate Finance Committee. He reviewed our documentation.
When you look at the numbers here, what goes through your mind?
Crazy. It's hard to believe that it really happened.
For example, in 2014, Paul Krebs used his UNM credit card to fund a trip to one of the hottest sporting events in America, the NCAA Final Four. UNM picked up the $6,000 tab, which included several $1,000s for tickets, airfare, $968 for Paul's hotel room, and another $1,900 for his brother's hotel room. That's right, Paul stuck the public with his brother Fred's hotel expenses. That was 3 years ago. Last month, following our investigation, Krebs reimbursed the university $1,900.
The credit card simply is a way to access public funds, but it's no different than if you reached your hand in the till and took money.
Steve Suttle is a retired career prosecutor.
This is money that citizens have earned, and anytime anybody takes anything, uses a credit card or takes home a set of tires or whatever it might be that belong to the people, to the taxpayers, that is a big deal.
Paul Krebs must have been on the friends and family plan when he orchestrated a trip to the 2015 Final Four tournament and stuck UNM with the $7,400 tab. The bill included 10 tickets costing $3,100, $1,300 for airfare, and $1,600 for a hotel room. Krebs also charged UNM another $1,400 to pay hotel expenses for a Phoenix businessman and his wife. Krebs justified the use of public funds for the benefit of private individuals by noting the Phoenix couple were potential donors to the athletic program.
If you use that credit card for somebody else's, a private individual's benefit, is that a problem?
Sure it is, as long as you take the property and you use governmental funds to buy that property.
You've committed a crime.
You've committed a crime.
No one at UNM questioned the $6,300 Krebs spent on the 2016 Final Four tournament. Tickets alone set back the university $4,600. Paul grabbed tickets for himself, his wife Marjorie, and his son Jacob. He gave Tim Klein, an executive with a Texas sports marketing firm, 4 tickets. 2 seats were handed to UNM Regent Jamie Cook. Cook says he gave the tickets to a friend who offered to pay for them but never received a bill. Paul's $1,700 hotel bill was charged to his UNM credit card. The Krebs entourage hit up the university $13,000 for tickets to the 2017 Final Four in Phoenix. It was a family affair. Paul's wife got a seat, so did Paul's brothers and his children. UNM VP David Harris got tickets, so did Regent Rob Doty, as well as assistant AD Ed Montanaris and his 3 children. Half of the tickets in Paul Krebs' stash were distributed to an elite group of Lobo Club bigwigs and donors.
Krebs put the $13,000 ticket charge on his UNM credit card in January. 4 months later, there was a rush of activity paying the money back. Was it a guilty conscience? We don't know.
However, the UNM reimbursement checks coincided with News 13's investigation into the ill-fated Scotland golf trip in which Paul Krebs misspent tens of thousands of dollars on a golfing holiday. Paul and Marjorie Krebs wrote reimbursement checks. So did Paul's brothers and Ed Montanaris. Even the Lobo Club wrote a $4,000 check to cover Final Four perks given to club execs.
To use a government credit card and then later pay the money back,
Right.
doesn't that make it okay?
No, it doesn't. We've had several instances in New Mexico within the last 5 or 6 years of governmental officials who have played fast and loose with funds and paid them back, and we're still subject to prosecution.
How does the public benefit by Paul Krebs and his wife going to the Final Four every year?
They don't. I can't think of one benefit we would have got from them going to the Final Four.
And it's not just the Final Four. Since 2015, the public has shelled out more than $4 grand for Krebs and his wife to attend National College Football Championship games. Then there was the $373 charge for the AD to play golf in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then there's the thousands of dollars UNM pays to Paul's wife. A provision in Krebs' $1 million contract allows the AD's spouse to travel to, quote, athletic events at university expense.
Should we use public funds to send the athletic director's friends and family and private individuals to the Final Four basketball game?
No.
Chowki Abdallah is UNM's interim president.
We're talking a lot of money, the athletic department here, that was dealt with inappropriately. Are you going to tolerate that on your watch?
I'm not going to tolerate it on my watch. What I'm trying to do right now is to figure out through the audits exactly what happened.
Well, it's taxpayer money. If the taxpayers paid for those trips, they're entitled to be reimbursed.
We are the stewards of the public money and the public trust. Anytime something happens that causes us to lose that is a day that is not good for the university, and we try to do better every day.
I think everybody should care and even resent that anybody who's been entrusted with governmental funds would ever convert those to their own use and benefit.
Do you think at this point the athletic department gets it?
I think the athletic departments right now is getting the message.
Larry Barker, KRQE, News 13.
Paul Krebs did not respond to News 13's request for comment. The Attorney General, State Auditor, and UNM's internal auditor are conducting investigation into UNM's athletic department.